Yeah, it's going to be amazing here, especially because I feel like NA has gotten a little comfortable. We've talked a little bit about the lack
We don't know.
big North
All of these
American
teams should be able. I mean, it's a requirement. Like they have to
just
make it.
those
Is the NACT a little bit too low?
Benedetta, like the Ling, like the Gujin. But we've seen as we've
Hopefully that's a little
gone
bit
through
better for you
them
guys.
starting to
I'm trying to
make
make
those
sure they're not
resurgence
louder
here
than me, but
in some of these drafts. Some not as successful as others, but we're gonna see if is that tank jungler gonna reign supreme? Or
yeah, I want to see some Amon gameplay. You guys seen it last night? I was absolutely killing it with Amon.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely killing it with Amon.
Overall, the whole season, actually across
Gina God mode.
one type of jungler dominating, right? There was a time when it was mostly tank junglers that were dominating the scene, but now
The chat said thank God. Yeah,
maybe 60-40, right? You can
the guys watching from Canada, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat.
Work out. Really
Shout out.
It's a great thing because up to this point too, everybody's not so focused on just the jungler emblem anymore, and I think that adds a nice layer of
We're good on all platforms.
Compositions. Now, even when you see people are saying you see sometimes the same heroes, but again,
let me make a post so people know your boys live watching the semifinals. I can't believe my equipment was giving me so many problems.
Some of the emblems that you're used to
like, it was ridiculous.
They've been playing around with. Now, again, they're in their own realm here. And I think one thing that you have to consider the fact is what you just said, private ping, right? Do you really want to take a riskier approach? Again, we don't know what ping they're playing on, but at the same time, some of those mechanical heroes, you need that smooth ping, right? But if you don't have it, then I'm sure these players are all capable of playing on this. This is what they practiced for. This is what they prepared for. And you're now here at the semifinals for NACT. Of course, all these teams want to be headed to the grand final. That's going to be an amazing stepping stone for this region, and I think it's going to be amazing to see unfold here. But already, first phase of the bans are out. These are typical either heroes picked or banned. I'm glad that the Faramis Valentina are taken out, by the way. They also take out two crucial marksman picks. Those gold laners are going to be out, so that leaves a couple options for them too. Esmeralda's out of the picture, no XP lane there, and Ballman again is safe.
Interesting they got rid of
we've been talking about. So this sets
getting rid of Ballman. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I personally think
diversion, but some diversity here.
I still personally feel like it's not worth it to be Ballman anymore. Like he has his survivabilities and stuff like that, but it's just not my favorite area for him,
Teams like to go ahead, take
I need a new window
right away as you move into the second phase, but Paquito on the side of Team First Blood going to be picked up first.
Give me a second, I gotta make this post here.
Talking about those assassins, he hasn't been afraid to take out those assassin junglers, but Paquito has been such a strong pick so far. Just the amount once he gets just dishing out an incredible amount of damage from that moment on, and it's been just a force to be reckoned with for them.
Yeah, and the great thing about first picking Paquito is that you could technically flex him, right? That's one of the reasons why he's so priority, is because you can take him into the jungle. You can also take him to the side lane, and hell, we've even seen him roam here in MPL Philippines. So that's popped up maybe just one time, I think. Not saying it's the best, by the way, but it can happen, right? So already there's the
all right, let's get it
with it. But before they lock in the next pick, having a
let's go. Depends, I guess, if it's a target ban. Okay, I'm back here. Let's take a gander at what's going on here.
I love that Lilia is
dude,
she's utilized in a lot of ways, but mostly
I've seen just like Nice who's talking about Lilia is just so good with certain people,
early on. You have a ton of early game damage.
The finals should be the same time tomorrow.
To be that person, be that
I'll check here in a second.
As many ultimates as you can. You pop the black shoes to just juke people out a little bit, and then it gives your team the advantage if they've held on to their ultimate abilities and everything else. So and there you go, right? We have it rounded out here for the Simpsons.
I had to go zoom up.
And Melissa,
to...
she has been surging.
Jesus, we've talked a lot in this production chat.
For very much
So
just her kit's amazing.
the finals,
Her damage is also amazing.
the finals are going to, it's actually, they don't even have a time. The broadcast, well, it does say this, I don't know, rehearsal time or anything like that. It's 10 or 6:30 EST, so the exact same time as now as when the finals will be live.
Coming out during
The finals will be on October 30th.
while you try to put the damage and get that retribution or that go away from Melissa, that's going to be able to kind of like clear a pathway and at least make sure that you have a little bit of an area, especially when you're going for
The boy just woke up.
tight little spaces over there near the turtle, near the Lord, where she's going to be able to kind of push away the enemy team. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the side of Team First Blood is going to be able to engage with that. And we see the bans coming out here too as well. Farja and Atlas being taken off the board. I mean, we were wondering about Atlas, but I mean, not prioritizing him. They are going to go ahead and take him off the board. Diggy's still available, but does that really kind of play a role here?
Does the game look weird? Hopefully it doesn't look too weird.
Team First Blood, because you can kind of break through that heavy spin or go away to potentially kind of engage there. But for the side of Simpsons here, I mean, they're going to be looking for another roam here, and I'm wondering if what they're going to be looking for here.
Yeah, that's why we see, you know, the last bands could be targeted towards another roam.
Sorry, I'm fixing my filters right now too.
Who's actually
while you guys are enjoying the view.
For any team actually, because she's so strong, right? Her kit, also the tankiness that she has with the multiple health bars. So good solid bans here on the
making sure I'm not too bright.
both teams. Now that
Private seems a bit blurry. I was thinking the same thing.
Want to take for a roam because they're going to be going against, like we highlighted before.
Well, we're at the highest quality, so it's whatever they're streaming. He seems a bit blurry on my side though too, so
I'm not sure where exactly, you know,
so Cambodia, Singapore done,
or what else, maybe even the Simpsons
tomorrow, and NA on the 30th. Shit's getting real. It's getting real. And someone might be going to M4, one of us people in the community of NA, so that might be huge.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do you go in the side lanes? This is the next thing, right? Phoveus has been quite dominant.
Is that Bright G? Or what's that?
Phoveus as well in the mid.
I sure light that bright. I don't know. Is that English? I can make myself lighter.
Roles and situations. Now, again, it still leaves up to the table. What does the Simpsons want to round that out with, especially for the roam? Because your options, I mean, Atlas has been dominating. That's taken out. But here we go. Next phase for Team First Blood, Private.
Yeah,
my light. Well, I have my window open right here to my right.
The main
She's shining like a star. I dimmed myself down, so hopefully it's better.
You're able to,
you can like see my shiny forehead
to kind of lead that Phoveus away. You're gonna have Paquito.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, TFB did come back looking a lot better. Huge upset.
Right there in the center.
If you want to get him, you know,
you're gonna have to disengage as a Paquito. So that's gonna be very interesting.
Huge upsets. The Simpsons took out Ackerman. Absolutely insane. I mean, that's insane. No poor spotted, I'm telling you. Your boy be exfoliating. I've been trying to grow out my beard too, you know, get a little bit of filled in. It don't work that well for me though.
Shred down those tanks as we get into the later game, and I feel like as far as scaling goes into the late game,
I feel like the biggest thing we have to watch out for is this Joybaj and this Grok, you know. That's what I like to call Kid on a Paquito is going to be insane. From the side of the Simpsons, we need to watch out for a Kai, Fallen's placement, hitting those heavy spins and getting them correct, and just kind of look at some of these rotations, you know.
At the Simpsons, they have a lot of mobility, right? Just having the guiding wind available to them alone is going to really help out positioning, because one thing you really do have to worry about with Team First Blood having, you know, all the tools that they have, specifically to Irithyll. Whenever Irithyll is picked, usually has that Electroflash to the sprint combo, and you're gonna have to work around that. You're gonna have to be the one.
This arm is like actually black. It kind of blends in, and I can't tell it's there. Nice. Ooh, yeah, dude, he's amazing, man.
That's gonna be interesting, but ladies and gentlemen, we are.
I'm actually surprised he's not more popular. You know.
First blood.
I don't know.
Taking on the Simpsons, this inaugural match here right now.
Yo, this like epic like music they have going on.
That upset the here, so there's a lot.
I can't.
Yeah, and
I was like, I can't hear them right now.
Out, you know, I gotta say, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
Okay, I fixed the black area on the bottom. It was killing me.
You already see Luffy just completely.
They did drop Ashley. Yeah.
Jungle. He's just already basically in.
The caster's already having technical problems.
Trying to get his farm there, already cutting, so he's going to start making. He's going to have that farm, and if he's inside the base, he's going to be getting tons more farm. And
Des, what up? Over Private and Naisu. Hey, I mean they're two great individuals, that's for sure.
This is what I was talking
I hope at one point to get to. Well, I'm meeting Private, but I hope to get to meet Naisu at some point.
They just disengaged from that. This is what I'm talking about, though.
I think it might have been a mutual. I don't know. I don't know all the drama behind it.
Crucial for them, especially when you have. I mean, across the board, actually, the same can be said. Already on the top side, though.
Yeah, Simpson or Promise.
Promise.
Not gonna be able to get away there. It's an easy cleanup. 14 first, but they caught him slipping inside that inside the enemy base or inside the enemy jungle there, and Luffy not too concerned about Damien. He just still taking excellent, not even bothered by the fact that Matilda was up there, and actually might be in a little bit of trouble here as we do have a 3v1 potentially. Joybosh coming in does set that wall down. It is.
I feel like Private might be a little bit nervous, or like they're struggling a little bit to get their flow, but I think they'll definitely get their flow together here soon. I think they're having audio issues. Sounds like Private's like dying. I'll take over the cast. We got Damien coming in. Damien able to secure the kill on Low Yi. Or not Low Yi, fucking I fucked up. I messed up on Lunox. Joybosh showing a little bit of a pressure here. Dude, I thought he was having a stroke.
You know, with that first turtle fight already going in the hands there, I mean, this is going to set the pace. Like I said, the Simpsons, though, now having a little bit of lead on top of them. So they've got to work around this. Team First Blood, obviously, it's still very early on. And at the time, you know, Kid did grab a kill for himself. That is going to scale really well.
He's not flying in. He is not flying in.
Pretty much plays out, right? Because across the board, we talked
hey,
about
Grace.
earlier, Private.
What up, what up, what up?
That, you know, Fallen has a tank jungler. They can do a little bit more with that.
Hold on here, I gotta turn you up.
They're gonna struggle a little bit though. That's why Joybond once again just trying to
Alright.
care of
I should be able to hear it. It's hard to hear you over the game right now. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, and right now, I mean,
No.
1-2 game. They
No, you're good. You're good.
Gold lead for the Simpsons already starting to take a little bit.
Oh, Mr. Miyagi's on it, man. Much love, homie. Appreciate you. I have not had time to do the update. Seems like they're having some technical difficulties right now. Private's audios. There we go.
A little disengage here, and now on the top. In the middle side, Kid going to be the focus. Certainly Yule's going to come out. Kid gets taken down already in the early portion of the game. That's a bad time to die, too, because now Turtle's going to be for the tanking here for the Simpsons.
Yeah, let's turn that off.
A little bit, but the Turtle has now spawned as the team's going to go ahead and work on this one.
All right, I updated the Batismo.
You can't get really.
Seems like Naisu needs a little bit of a an analyst right now for him. No, or play-by-play. Private's down.
Yeah, it's a
party
over at Turtle, and unfortunately, First Blood is not invited.
He's still struggling.
Here coming up on that top tower, they're left best to kind of keep that pressure onto that Phobius, which is going to hopefully have an effect.
I think they fixed it. Nope.
I think the audio is problematic. Let me touch Dave. He said if there's any problem, I should.
He's dealing with it in the E-Star studio right now. Talking to all of them.
Technically, they've got a small.
Yeah, he just told me he can't hear anything. What do you mean? What does he mean?
It's a right now E-Star said the Skype audio. It's the Skype audio, not the game audio, and they're constantly redialing them.
In that engage though at all.
So they're making sure they're checking some things out. Hopefully. Naisu said, yeah, it's weird. He's cutting out for me the game audio is playing, and the game audio is super loud.
How you doing? How you doing, Naisu?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, beautifully. You can see all in the mid lane though, some action going on. It seems like a kid will not get the kills. It's the magic shoes will save Nate's life for now.
Yeah. So, you know, as I was saying, right, pacing is going to be crucial for both teams here. But right now,
I don't know. They just had to, I guess, take out Private Dancer here. I don't know what's going on with him. I think I don't know if it's his internet or what's going on with him, or if he's having like some wired issues.
Yeah.
And Dave just like came in like a plane. He just a crashing plane. He was like, "Hey, I'm here."
I know.
The late trial, so you can go to the turtle, but it also
Bro
comes
asked
with a lot of
me
experience from
how
your
was
team.
the intro, and I gave him some advice,
Here we go.
and then he
The
said
force comes
Llama.
out,
And I was like,
and
Llama
Brahma's
is
jumping
wrong.
in and out.
Bro.
To make anything happen.
Dave, I mean, he has to come into cast, man. I don't know what happened to Private. They're having serious issues in the back, but the game's looking really good, chat, man. Let's not focus on a lot of the bad going on right now. I mean, Kid's absolutely killing it. Fallen's able to get the turtle, though.
Yeah, wow, that
will be taken down shortly after. A nice execution from the entire team. Simpsons will make sure to get objectives and the kills in return to trade.
Wow, the shield.
Yeah, the shielding on the Phobius.
Yeah, crazy.
Promise able to clean that kill up. So
what up, Kimberly?
Came out huge there, right? I mean, they got a nice, comfortable gold lead. On top of that, they got a couple of crucial kills plus the turtle. So
yeah, I mean, Simpsons looking really good. Their macros definitely a little bit better than TFB right now. If I had to say anything,
they might grab another one here on it.
I'm not casting in the finals. I'm doing more of my content creating side of things for the finals. I'll be in Vegas kind of vlogging everything and like giving you guys and everybody else like a behind the scenes look or a look from where I'm coming from. I'll have special access and stuff like that, but I'm not casting in the finals.
Are you gonna help decorating the studio?
Yeah, I can do that too.
You are? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dave said I could come into the studio.
Dave asked me multiple times, but I'm arriving Friday night, so I can't.
And I'll be definitely down.
I will dedicate that to you.
You know, I got the muscles. I can handle some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stage design back in my day, so I know how to make stages.
Simpsons taking down another tower in return, putting themselves in a 5,000 goal lead. 8 minutes
I
into
will
the game.
just get off the plane and go to bed.
He was just waiting for the wild.
Yeah, I don't know what they actually have fully in store in Vegas. It's gonna be a crazy adventure for me too. So, oh, hold on here. What was that right there? But it's gonna be exciting. My first time ever being in Vegas. First time ever. In Vegas too? Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, like my mom and like so my parents and their friends go to Vegas to the casino every year they used to. And I think they, you know, like I told you one of my mom's friend lost like 3 million one night.
Time will tell.
You know, I felt like that's when you stop going. If it's
yeah.
But Team First Blood definitely could hang on to this.
Yeah.
We just saw it too. There's
I've never been
Berserker's Fury being picked up by
you know,
Gina,
I'm like
so that
in
might
school
help.
while they
But again, you have to get past this.
You're still in school right now?
No, like before, you know. When
Oh, yeah.
I was always thinking school.
I got you.
I want to take a look at the items right here. Oh, before the items here, Joy
No.
find himself.
It's gonna be an adventure, that's for sure. How long are you staying?
Able to just walk away thanks to the fact that he is a very mobile rock.
So basically,
Friday, okay.
Wall
Yeah,
there,
well,
which
what
is to
about
push
you?
away
Are you
the
staying
Lord a
in
little
Vegas?
bit.
I'm gonna me, Private, and T-Rex are coming into Vegas on the 27th. Oh my god!
Yeah, wow.
A beautiful execution from Promise.
I'll be leaving Sunday though, if I'm not mistaken, or Monday. Let me see.
No survivor still standing.
I forgot.
I'm actually leaving Tuesday. Yeah, I'm leaving
Ladies and
Tuesday.
gentlemen, this is it. Team Simpsons will take the first win.
Jesus, Simpsons did that in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't know what the record
dominating.
is for the fastest game in NACT this season, but that was, you know, I was like, a regular Lord probably going to convert into some turrets, you know, or some space. Well, won them the game. So
Well, it won them the game.
that, wow,
Yep.
I think it was 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes.
Yeah, nice. I was about to.
This music that they have, it's just.
But then they just like.
I feel like I'm watching like a
And it caught an end.
almost like a hero movie.
Actually, a little bit
Nice.
interesting.
I love it.
Looks
Also
pretty
show you
nice.
how prepared.
I like it. I like it.
he is coming into tonight's
Last time it sounded like I was on a like an RPG adventure, you know. Like this time I feel like I'm in a superhero movie. I like it.
Because there was a moment there, and there wasn't a lot
I
of.
feel like, you know, I'm like walking down the red carpet and we got the guards
Like, had quite a bit,
honking their horns.
He had gold. He had damage. There was some setups from Jordan. Things just
What?
like
What-
really
what
quickly
was-
got out of hand, and the Simpsons just
What?
know how to.
I'm trying to figure out. I forgot.
That knows how
When
to
are you leaving
capitalize when they
Vegas?
have a lead.
No, I knew my. Yeah. When I'm leaving,
It's half, right?
I gotta.
It's massive, basically. Even the gold there at the end, about.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
gonna stay on
Gold lead
Monday. You
ahead,
should let
8
me
or
know
9K,
because I'm
and
like
a lot of this,
responsible
you
for
even saw it.
all the
Promise with that
events.
last kill,
So
like
I
the
need to
finesse
know
flame shot
how many
from
people
down under, basically.
Now I have to.
Yeah,
I
let me-
have
let me
no
see.
sound.
Kill. The guy was thick. Like I said, he was massive, and it was.
It was
just-
thick, as G likes to say.
were just pulling
I
all their
knew
weight
Simpsons
for
gonna win, you
the
know,
entire
they
team. And I mean, we
practiced
see
a
here in the
lot.
highlights now.
I
They do
heard
practice
they-
a lot.
This is where
Yeah, I
Promise
heard they were,
already
like,
started, right? This
swimming
is where that
Valley.
snowball effect started.
lot.
Yeah. They definitely they
On
They do a lot of scrims with the Valley, Ackerman, and I think that's kind of why they had a little bit of a heads up with Ackerman, is because, you know, like they've been constantly scrimming, like, you know, behind the scenes. Where's the bloody rum? I don't know.
We picked 1-1 because you just don't want to deal with that, right?
The Valley was set for way later, just because I think it's a more of a. It's better to always put the last thing for last.
Solo carry, but look at
Last
that.
thing for last.
The amount of force is unstoppable in this match. You're absolutely right. I think he
what is
well
that?
deserved
What is
MVP
so
in this
good?
particular series.
Which is again funny, because even before we got into the draft, remember I mentioned a lot of people see XP lane as boring. Well,
Yeah.
you know, that game was not boring at all for the XP lane. You know, whereas, you know, Luffy was
Trying to get our
do typical Uranus things, but
Promise
unfortunately for
to
him,
stream.
here you have Phoveus just
Trying to get Promise to stream?
Really
Yeah.
counterplay that. How do you work around that? You know, someone.
I
that's active as Promise
I was helping out someone on
So again, like you mentioned,
on Legacy or something. I think it was Legacy.
even
Reaper?
14 first blood, it could have been.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
things just
Mhm.
got out of hand, and a lot of that had to do with those.
Yeah,
early
so
seasons.
I'll be leaving the 31st.
Scaling really well. He got
so
a ton
you-
of kills,
oh,
and
I
then
see,
at that
so
point,
you won't be
Fallen
for
didn't
the-
even
you
have
won't
to.
be
work.
Is there what's happening on Monday?
He was just farming up
It's
doing
just
his
gonna
thing
be
because
some
he knew that he had
video
Damon
shooting
and
for
you know,
M4.
Damien.
Oh, okay.
them out to help to help them out set things up. So
Okay.
And so
that's the
depending on
difference
which
there.
team
Now,
is
again,
winning,
you know, game 2
we
ahead of
will
us. What does
do
Team
some
First Blood want to
video
adjust here
shooting,
going
you know,
into
just to
that
help
draft?
up.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Just like you pointed out, their drafts.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's just that for the EX.
No one's beating the Valley. They will make it. I don't know. Vendetta's looking good.
Exactly what it was, unfortunately, right? Like,
If you know anybody that needs help with like
to time.
like setting up their streams or need anybody to reach out to, just tell them they can reach out to me.
The backline or your jungler. You know, if you're able to force other side like jungler
Urashi? Yeah.
so much advantage for your entire team to move around. And guys, we
heard
heard the second game ban draft is already underway, so without further ado, guys, let's quickly jump into the second game.
How to use YouTube. I was like,
yeah, and I want to see. Right,
No, I can definitely help out a little bit. That's for sure. Reaper doesn't have like a lot of the things is that it like if you don't have a computer, a laptop, it's really hard at that point, you know. But there's still avenues people can take.
Wait, if you don't have a laptop, how do you
like I said,
you can use an application called fucking Omelet Arcade.
10 to 12-minute games.
I had to think about the name. I was like, what was it? And it lets you stream, but you so far I haven't seen a way to like connect a camera to it. And then the next thing they'll end up having to figure out is like how to maybe get like a free software to edit like videos and stuff like that, you know. But the streaming side is really easy.
In a way,
I mean, do you add it?
The Simpsons want to do the same thing or something similar.
No, so normally, like if you want to make any other content or like normally, I haven't done it. I got a lot of files that I've been working on, but I split apart all of the games. So I download my live stream and then I split them into series. And then I'll individually post those for people to watch certain series they want to do instead of having to go back into my 8-hour live stream.
With Matilda, it can be too different, right?
It's one way to scale it.
Ego with the circling ego, angled right, and then follow up with the Kai with a heavy spin, put you on the wall, you cannot move, and you're like, what just happened?
Okay.
It cannot be canceled.
I think
right?
maybe
Once the circling ego is targeted onto you,
only problem is
Matilda's going with you no matter
when
what.
I play, I like to wear my you know the glasses, the blue light glasses, you know, because I want my eyesight, So, and I don't want to wear glasses on stream, but I also don't want my eyesight to.
Have you seen the glasses that I wear? They're Ray-Bans. I mean they're a little bit expensive. But they actually have the blue light filters in them and everything. What's up, Prior City? I just muted Assassin Dave and Naisu right now because they got a lot of things going on, and I mean this is just the band pick phase.
No, it's funny. They got a lot of things going.
I can also probably just lower them down a tad bit.
Cold World, if
is that the real G the Gaio? Oh yeah, man.
take that first.
No, here let me do something here. You know, can I do it? Here we go. Yep, I'm on the caster desk now, guys. What's up, Naisu? How you doing?
I mean,
this is don't look at this name underneath my photo here. I'm now. You know, I inserted myself into the casting desk here. You know, yeah, nice. We can definitely build around this.
So I think this is a solid first pick.
No. I gotta do the Dave impression. What's the Dave impression?
And we'll see what they're
I
saying.
didn't even know he had an impression.
Yeah, Grok is still available. That's one
What's
again one
the
of the
Dave
highest win rates.
What's the Dave?
As well. Now that might be something to take.
Where
If they
did
take
Drive
Leah and
go?
Grok, the
Weird.
early game for TIB is looking humongous right now. And
Humongous.
actually add on top of 1-1.
G the Dave.
Now you can only ult the person that you get the passive on, but actually just kind of forget about 5-1 is so formidable. This character, late game's mobility is insane. The only marksmen who do not buy boots ever, right? Like you just
And NYC to put your cam there, dude. I'm telling you, like, look at.
I mean, it's absurd. So I'm expecting Phobius. Maybe a Phobius pick out. Ooh, we do have Poquito instead of Grok, which will leave Grok back to Simpsons' hand. This is looking kind of spicy here, Naisu.
Where are you on my YouTube?
You know,
Okay.
previous game they had the Grok.
There we go.
Blood. For the Simpsons, and we actually saw some good setups, right? From like I said earlier.
Yeah, nice. We definitely seen some good setups here.
Have the follow-up needed, and again, it was the power of what I talked about in the first draft, where you have that black shoes, you can bait out so much if your placement, your timing is really good. So this could be a flip-flop of what happened in game 1, possibly just in those interactions alone, right? Black shoes can be played around with so well here, and at the same time, again, Paquito is a great jungle if they do decide to place that there. We actually saw Kid getting to the point where he
can like see all of the reflections off of my glasses.
Like I said, things just fell out of hands. It slipped out of their hands here. So this is great, right?
These are really nice because they have like speakers built into them, so I could technically listen to my computer and everything without having to have headphones. But you can see the yellow filter in them.
First phase of both teams are done. We do see the Simpsons also taking the far side here. Safe choice, very mobile, has tons of damage, can play very well against the Lilia, and just kind of be there for the team. Now, again, that's the thing, right?
Naisu talks a lot.
How do you round this out for both teams?
So Naisu, this is how you round it out for both teams here, you know? Like, look at this. So the biggest thing, they're countering Wanwan with Luffy, right? Easy peasy. The Paquito, the Farja is going to have some severe problems if the Paquito gets into the back line. So what we need to see from the side of Simpsons, we need to see a really strong line. We need to see some super front. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah, you know what I mean, Naisu, right?
Right. So depending on where the Uritis. Meanwhile,
Naisu's a rapper.
Depending on where the Atlas from Team Simpsons, right? And because they're not taking away
I
any
just opened up
defenders
your
or
stream.
any.
I like
I jumped into the caster's desk. I'm sorry. I just imported myself in here, Naisu.
For Joy Badge.
No, Dave.
Yeah.
No, Dave. I don't know how this Layla got behind me. Someone's trolling me at the studios.
Hard focus on the XP bands too, right? So again, this leaves the question: what do you take?
I think you have the same
what you played
glasses
the
as I
right?
have.
What are you gonna,
it's just
I
bought mine from Amazon because I didn't care.
This is the thing.
That's where I got these from Amazon.
With Esmeralda, and
They're just they're the Facebook Ray-Ban collection.
Oh.
Like they actually have a camera in them that you can like take a 60-second clip by just clicking a button here, and I can listen to music with them.
Damn.
I think I paid like maybe like 200 180 for them.
Still open, which is a great option too if you want to take it there, because
that's high
not
tech.
only does that
What do I say?
pretty safe.
It's very high tech. I'm a very tech savvy guy. What's up? What up, Kurt?
But I told you I just got the Apple Watch Ultra yesterday, right? Dude, the thing is as wide as my wrist. It's like literally as wide as.
I haven't even actually seen the Ultra. I know that they came out with the new Apple Watch.
Yeah,
in the front, right?
it's the battery is really good. Because my old Apple Watch, the battery died, and they said mine was vintage. Cannot be vintage.
Unless the placements are well and you
I've had my Apple Watch. I got the stainless steel series, the gold stainless steel, and it's been really strong. But it's a Series 6, so I mean it's not too old. Oh yeah. I mean that's old school.
Yeah.
TFB picks Sun Wukong. That would be insane.
Oh, here, yeah, Mathilda. The thing right now.
So your Ultra is pretty much like the same thing as my stainless steel. They just of course made it different. But I like it. But you said it's as wide as your wrist. That's insane.
Yeah, it's large. It's titanium.
So like right now they're actually kind of
so my
stuck.
old
Sheesh.
watch was
You
my
mentioned
old
the
watch was
beefy front line, the
ceramic.
heavy
I like ceramic, just like it didn't.
I don't think
Is it heavy?
easily shredded away. Even Iridel.
I mean,
look at Iridel as a
ceramic
good
was.
character against
I think
like
they're
what
the same.
one in a way, right? But then.
I would say ceramic is probably
There's no
heavier.
other good characters that Iridel can do really well in the early game until all the way until late game. To be honest, after Iridel maybe get all the items, maybe you will see like significant damage. But before then, by that time, if Team Simpson played their card right, the meatball might be too big of meatball, right? Because
I'm checking on private, seeing how he's doing.
So with that being said, like,
yeah, what's up with?
I don't know. He said he has no idea why his mic dropped out because of the game sound. I don't know if they're having like something technically in the back. Trinity, what up? Oh yeah. Ooh, my camera's not all the way.
Yeah, and we'll see. You know, if the
Why is that?
To a death ball, like
see, this is what I was saying though, chat. This is what they had to get done. You know, like the Simpsons right here. Look, you know, the Brats, the Matilda, or not the Matilda, the Masha, and then you have the Grok. So I mean, all three of these things are like the front. They're just there to support Nate on this Farja.
Because you pointed it out, Dave. The fact that
I feel like it's very likely they will sweep this series. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, normally we always see TFB like struggle a little bit on the first game, but then they kind of learn what's going down, and I feel like this is how they made it into the finals of last in ACT. You know,
with the Phobius, you know, Luffy.
As they were always on the back foot, and then they somehow turned it around. I don't know.
Right. This is TFB.
Yeah, Gino and the Ethereal is going to be really insane. Even Luffy picking up the Phobius. I don't think Luffy's been on Phobius.
Can truly shine, and the game was just over, right? So
it's
I mean,
good
this game
against
TFB want to do the
so...
same thing, but can they do the same thing? That's a problem because there are not so many dashes. Luffy, this game is Luffy gonna completely rely on himself or Kid to find those, you know, displacement, to find those dashes in a way. Because I don't see much dashes at all beside outside of
like the
and Grog's ball charge.
They are in the bench.
Yeah, and so this is typical, right? Everybody trying to get some of that XP in the lane before the first turtle of the game comes up. Everybody pretty much has that level 4 available to them at this point. That's going to be focusing on this, except Joybot. So right now, that's a quick take.
TFB does have more damage. Ooh.
Airstrike does come down. There's a circling go. Fallen is going to be taken out. That's going to be the first blood already for Luke. It's looking like the same case for this Phobius. So let's see how he plays around that early first.
I mean, they just got to keep this macro up like this. They're doing really well right now, you know? They took it. Now they're already invading in the jungle. Look at, dude, Damien like squished him into a corner.
Now before the dinosaur can even make it back. So a very, very beautiful execution to continue to extend the snowball.
I mean, if they just keep killing Damien or Fallen on the dinosaur, I don't know if they'll even get thick enough.
Outside those objective fights, well, here it is, invading into the jungle, right? You see good teams frequently do that. Once they have a little bit of lead, that little bit of lead turns into maybe a slightly bigger than a little bit of lead, right? By invading into enemy jungle and
yeah, the wombo combo with Paquito.
They have the power spike over you, so they can push and really get whatever they want from your side of the resources.
Yeah, and you know, with that being said, you know, counter jungling or getting into the enemy.
Yeah, if they like Mr. Miyagi said it, if they can stop the Farja and the Wan, I think it's gonna be insane. They just gotta have that backline pressure, and I think that's where the Phobius comes into play.
First blood, it's only 3 minutes in, but already here. Look at the damage he has fallen, taking quite a bit. Demonic force gonna come out here, but it is.
Ooh, Nate going down too. No, the black shoes had to be Pac. Yeah, but look at the zonage on the tower here. Ooh. Kid goes down too.
Trouble gets taken down to Team First Blood getting punished from the bottom side.
Yep.
All we want to see is the
They have this urge to start the snowball fast, but it's at this desperate time.
He stayed under the tower way too long. He was trying to hopefully save. Oh, excuse me. They try to save him.
I mean, we talk about how you don't have much dashes to use the demonic force, right, on Phobius. And nonetheless, they still force it.
Too greedy.
You try to jump around on top of it. Oh, here we go.
Good taking out one.
Yeah, Cold World gonna get punished, like you mentioned. You know,
exactly
what you're using that demonic force on, but they are gonna secure another.
I mean, they got another turtle.
So that's again, this is.
If they can keep the objective base up, I think they'll be golden.
Continue on that game plan to end it early, but like you mentioned, Dave, they didn't have to dive into that tier 1, right? They didn't have to take that risk, but it looked like Team First Blood wanted to just
seems
give
like
the
they
go on
can
that, and
take,
unfortunately it didn't work out for them. But too many mistakes like that is going to be troublesome for them as the game goes on.
Well, eating a lot of that gold plating on the gold lane is insane too. Ooh, Fallen's all alone. Look at the complete dive on him. He's too thick though.
Yeah.
Airstrike there to
I think once Kid picks up a malicious roar, we'll see something turn on the side there. He just needs a little bit more penetration.
Right, you can kind of withstand that beating coming out from Team First Blood that has quite a bit of damage. So if you can continue to get that focus, stay alive if you're falling here, that's the best case scenario for them. But already,
Ooh. But then look at the, like, Joybosh is doing insane on this Mathilda.
Squished in here into the turret. 4 members of Team First Blood. They unfortunately don't have any minions, so they call it off.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, he's just so young too, roughly young. I mean, he's old enough to be in the NACT, but like you know, but like he's still like, you know, you can definitely tell he's a showboater. He likes he likes to do some of the things that you don't need all the time. That was nasty. Yeah. I mean, if they can keep this going, it's gonna be insane. Promise is just diving in on them.
Can't get him though, so tanky, so fast.
Yeah, luckily, Promise. So this is what we're talking about though, right? Promise
Tiny Dino.
And it will scale really well. Again, as the game goes on, that's going to be a problem for Team First Blood because, you know, at that point, who do you focus on, right? You got Fallen that's quite tanky, Damien, Promise eventually will be quite tanky. But
thank you for following.
That's happening right now for Team First Blood.
Hey yo, appreciate the follow.
Going down here. Off map is they are going to be grabbing another turtle, right? So they able to grab that. They do give up cross map play though. The turret is it's going to be the first one for the Simpsons. So
malicious
objectives here. The thing is, do they doing that? They should
prolific
shortly if they want to go ahead and take that, but it looks like they're not as they make their way here on the top side.
I mean, if really one gets
item development
right now.
To see if Gina has gotten those items. Let's see.
I mean, Grok is a little underformed, farmed. The mages aren't doing too bad. They're about equal. XP lanes are about equal. The jungles are about equal. The biggest difference we're seeing here is the Gina and going against Cold World. Gina's absolutely just almost out golden.
Shredding the health bar bottom lane. Easy takedown from the entire side of TFB, and they're gonna take the
Did Gina leave TFB? Like, what's up with that star?
They are doing really well. Despite the first game disadvantage, they're not pulling any punches here, nice.
And there's no TFB.
Literally not pulling any punches, right? Kid now gonna force the flicker out. Turret should be taken here. It's just clip away. There you go. They grab that one, so they got the turret advantage now too. Team First Blood again doing a great job here at playing around the momentum that they have. It is only I mean, it's a small gold lead that they have, right? The Simpsons obviously aren't out of the game just yet. What they need to do though, the Simpsons specifically,
Malefic roar.
Who you gonna pick off here, right? Kid is kind of troublesome. Ayano's going to be hard to catch because of black shoes. So you have to be able to find the setup, and the only one to do that right now is going to be Damien with a proper wild charge. And unless something amazing happens with, you know, having a Barrett's jungle. But you know how hard it is to set up a Daytona's welcome on a Barrett's jungle?
Yeah.
It's difficult, right? So you can see them clap. Gina's still going to be fine. Joybodge now in the bottom side. Ayano making his way down too. There's a circling. You'll Promise taking quite a bit of damage from that heavy crossbow. Now it's fallen. Daytona's welcome.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Come out. They grab the kill on Fallen.
Wow.
Ooh, Luffy still going in. Cade coming in. Oh, the flicker.
Before we talk about the top side, it seems like we might have another fight here.
Ooh, the wall charge, Joybosh. Get out, bro.
Trying to get the crossbow tang
off.
That's a good
finally take it down.
High and dry gank.
The wild charge.
Does someone have high and dry? They do have high and dry. Yeah.
Do they want to continue? Can they actually keep this from happening?
Oh, Kid goes down. Luffy gets down. Nate stole the Lord.
That actually secures the Lord here, not even Fallen. But look at Gina looking for another kill, looking to punish. Cold World's gonna be in a bad spot here. Ayano.
Oh, gets the kill.
Cold World, how is he still alive? My goodness.
Oh my god. I think over there Gina really
that on Ruby game yesterday. Yo, dude, I'm telling you, man. I kept just trying to use her ult, and it was like, and I'm like, yo, can you stop? Can you stop stunning me?
only run away, but almost taking down another kill.
Nice, G.
Making the best out of your hand. Now, meanwhile, the Lord does get taken down by Team Simpsons.
Oh man, Luffy
They're turning this around though.
Yeah,
Ooh, the wall charge.
Tier 1, they're fighting for
Promise.
knows he doesn't have the black shoes, but I know going to be able to survive that one. Quite the engage coming out from the Simpsons.
I mean, this is what I was saying early on in the game in the draft area. If Farja can just have a heavy front line, like I feel like she's going to be able to just excel, man. And then we know Nate's insane at Farja. Like, look at the positioning. Like, they just know. The kid's always trying to interrupt it though too. So I mean, some of these little things, or what happened, that the Lord take though was kind of big for the Simpsons. It turned the tide there.
Yeah.
Clear a little bit of small Camby in the jungle, you know, just try to get some health back before we'll go back to the Lord. And his low health bar really put them in the back feed there for the fight to begin. Because then the entire side Simpsons, oh, this jungle's low, let's go, just dive him up. And that's
it does only take one Lord to change tides.
Can Team First Blood actually keep up this aggression at this point?
It just like stops the snowball.
I mean, I see those tanks, I see those items coming in.
Kind of snowballing.
Yeah. They're gonna be making a play here.
Now it evens out the playing field a little bit, you know.
The model force gonna be committed here. Here comes Fallen with the looking to set this one up. You also have Nate making his way to mid lane, looking to set up a feathered airstrike. It's only a matter of time. Nice stun there. They do manage. I
mean, like literally all of ultimates besides Luffy went off by TFB, and I don't even think they were able to secure a kill. Now all of the Simpsons is trying to come in. They do have the crossbow of Tang still.
Pushing them further back here. Team First Blood now losing space on the map, going to be also losing their blue buff.
Yeah, the entire gold deficit is now be even up. You know, I'm interested to see the items now, to be honest. Like the deep. Oh, here we go. Wall charge before the item.
David with wild charge, but didn't have the follow available. Everybody else was on the back side.
Oh, Cold World, is he going down? He goes down.
Taken down.
Yep.
Here comes the circling.
Farsha going down too.
Yep.
Gina's like,
But that Lord is able to grab 2 kills so far.
Wow.
Lord's gonna be up here. Promise is hunting
What the?
for Gina.
Promise is now going. They utilize the retry though on Promise right there, so now they don't have the retry for the Lord, and Fallen does. Fallen might stay in there. That's an interesting play that they want to go for here. I mean, they all should jump on Fallen right now. Jump on Fallen and you're golden. Now you got the retribution to get the Lord.
For Gina, and that's gonna be a Lord going in the hands of
Death says she's screaming by herself. It's all right. The dedication's real.
Smelling blood. By the way, that's a myth. You know, I was watching a YouTube video how far Shark can smell blood, but that was literally Shark smelling blood, right? The Promise going from the other side of the map, chasing into all the way close.
But look at Gina's gold, man. Almost 11k gold.
On the win chant, as you pointed out.
Gina is dark mode right
turn the whole fight around, to be honest. If Arathel died there, to be honest, it could have been the whole fight going to Team Simpsons' pocket. They can then move on to the Lord and maybe just walk away with the game. But now the whole table has been completely shifted around again, 180 degrees.
7-11. I mean, this is what happens when you have such a tanky front line, and I mean, Luffy being the direct counter to Wan. I mean, they're just having a hard time creating that damage that they need. Oh, Gina is just so fed right now.
The Lord finally goes down here.
The 7-11, now 7-12.
First Blood assault the base, crack it open of the Simpsons.
The black shoes does get popped. Yeah, I mean, she dived in, pushed it back. Promise goes down. They might want to end it right now here. Luffy going into the base. Takes them down. They only have Farja left. Joy Bosch going in. Oh, Kid coming into the back. Knocking out. Let's go. 1-1.
It's
1-1. Team First Blood taking game 2.
Wow, that phone is
oh
crazy.
My
Literally
goodness.
in the
snowball
fountain.
we talked about, right? You correct pointed out, they corrected
in the
me ball.
fountain, and
Actually,
was
just
like
turn around everybody's expectations.
ING, and
You know, a lot of people offer a draft with
Jeez.
has a better draft from the face value of it. It seems like they have the front line, they have the initiation of the wall charge. They should have the territorial advantage going to any like objective fight in a way. But
and I was gonna say, like, being in the NASL and knowing both of these teams really well, I always felt like the Simpsons, Ackerman, and of course the Valley were always like the kryptonite to TFB. So seeing TFB, change tides here is good to see. It means that they're learning, they're trying something. Hopefully, I mean, they're not letting Ashley getting out of the squad mess them up. I mean, they're keeping, or you can feel the aggression. They want blood. They're going for it.
You know what? They just want to play.
That's why they named themselves.
That's all.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Kid, Joy Bodge.
Yeah.
Really good synergy.
Oh, really good synergy. So
the whole meatball metaphor, right? It's
the whole meatball metaphor. What up, duo?
The very tanky lineup that they had, the front line, I should say. There was moments where we saw Cold World actually pull some amazing things off. Even Nate, but unfortunately, that kind of
I saw
that fast pace, that momentum-based team composition that Team First Blood went with just worked in their favor. Look at how much damage they had, right? I mean, it was a massive at one point, and like you said too, eventually.
I mean, just look at the damage difference. Like they were relaxing. I'm actually surprised that Kid did not go for the malicious roar though.
The damage is there.
He opted out of that, went for more of the blade of despair. Oh no, he did get it. I lied. I see it up there. It's just really tiny on my screen. So that's why he was melting through some of the back lines. I'm like, how does he have a 1 KDA? He only got 1 kill.
It allows Gina to reposition.
They needed the penetration to get through a lot of that armor. I mean, they were just too tanky.
You disengage. So that's what we saw there, and at some point you just had too much damage to work with, and we're gonna see here in the highlights, Dave.
Path to M4.
Plays such a crucial role here, and this is the dive. They kept on finding those trades. Even though on the top side a lot.
I love the sunshine that they have in the top right hand corner. Like it's just like they're shining in. Yeah, there's like a sunshine that it's like shining in. On like the replay, it's like super cool. I like that touch.
And this is the thing I was talking about, right? TFB get punished because Kiss started the Lord with 1 HP, and Promise is finding those crucial thunderclap to turn.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying, Nick, is that if they just kept putting the pressure like that on them, and they didn't let the dinosaur get stacks, then there is one less front line there. He was constantly running from like 5-mans.
Well, they made mistakes too. Don't get me wrong. Team First Blood made a couple mistakes, like we mentioned.
Squishy heroes, snowball, beefy heroes, meatball.
They knew
their coins never count, Trinity.
And
all you gotta do is you gotta just talk in the chat to get flex coins. That's the only requirement with the new bot that I have. Like you have to like constantly kind of be active in the chat.
For the Simpsons, because I feel like if that would have been a 20+ minute game, it would have been a little
the high low.
Because then you have a
high low. I heard that they're buffing Minnow.
Getting to Cold World.
They're buffing a lot of heroes that I don't use.
It could have.
That's my problem too. I'm trying to be diversified. I actually can play a pretty good Minnow. I just haven't played it in a bit. Yeah.
In terms of
I'm really good at Johnson, of course. Like I don't play him too often neither, so like getting his like car lineups down, sometimes I'm crashing because like I rotate my finger around. It's weird.
We like some of those heroes that you played with
I like my tail.
We'll take them.
The Johnson Aurora. I mean, I'm down. I hope they bring back Odette, man. Odette's my favorite, one of my favorite mages as well.
Was now Team First Blood once again taking the first ban, and Team Simpsons taking ban.
Before I played her in a lot of classic games, but I like before they like separated ranked and classic. Like my overall, I had like a 67% win rate with her. with like almost 200 games.
You know, it's very, very important, right? That we
I think
share
we're
this
loyal.
wonderful moment in the
You're getting what figure are you getting? Are you talking about that figure that someone posted on Facebook or something, or posted in our Discord?
Sorry, I just pictured, you know, being here in the Philippines.
We're giving her an ult dash so then she doesn't have to use flicker.
Early in the morning, and they're getting their
Flex coins are Akayo's new crypto. I'm telling you, you got to get those flex coins, man.
Coffee and Pandesal. And anyway, you know, that
Getting a Boxia statue. I thought that guy didn't ship to overseas.
The Simpsons, like, I feel like these two teams specifically are very well matched in terms of the
I think
drafting
this can
style, the play
potentially
style
be
across
a,
the
be
board.
a,
Like, if you just look at each lane right there,
you know?
I definitely think this could be a best out of 5.
they're on
Yeah.
a what would I say, like a similar level, right? Because
How much is a Baskia? Because I want to get a Zosk one, but I was like, it said that he only did local, so I was like,
How much
the
is one?
decision making that
there's this guy that my community has found that like handmade makes Mobile Legend statues.
we're gonna see a similar banning phase, right?
Yeah, like so like you know, like the Roger statue, like he hand makes like statues like that.
Oh wow.
And it's actually like I looked at quite a bit of the content. I might have to get the link again from Nick, but I seen some of the content and the statues he made, and it was absolutely insane.
Been better off if they didn't have a Barrett.
I think he's pretty popular.
Jungle.
You want to get a
more proactive, maybe?
Yeah, I want to get a Zosk one. Yeah.
You should,
not
you
necessarily a
should.
jungle, but something that can be a little more proactive and not just
Hopes that she talks too much.
third beefy boy,
So the
right, for
house
the
you
team.
live in,
So I want to
it's
see how
like,
they play
it's
around
like your
that. There's the
house,
Claude
you know,
Booth
it's not like,
coming out.
yeah,
I'm
that makes
wondering,
sense.
too,
Just
if
like,
we're gonna
just like
see another,
if you have your own
maybe it's
house,
a
then
maybe
you
it's a
can
Roan
buy
band
whatever.
coming out from.
You know
the
what I mean? Because
Simpsons.
if you see like if I'm
I think you're
renting,
so absolutely correct
and
on that.
if I buy
The
those
last
and
game
stuff,
we
if I
mentioned
move,
this
it's gonna
Bebo
be
Mad-
Yeah,
talking about how
it's
small-
hard to
how
take
bad,
with,
yeah.
and
At the same
Yep.
time,
Yeah.
it's the cost of losing damage, right?
no, we when we moved from St. Louis and everything, like we had to get like an 18-wheeler to haul all of our like our whole house to our new house. It was absolutely crazy.
But like you're moving
and we see him
from
pulling
like
off once or
I
twice.
guess
But I think the
within the
most
same
important
state,
takeaway
you're
from
not
the
Yes, yeah. Like we moved a 2-hour distance. Like
in a third
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
can they
See,
correct
if
and
I
fine-tune some
move
of the things they
from
can really
like
play together?
Washington
Last
DC
match,
to I don't know
if
to like
Team
Los
Simpsons
Angeles
was,
or
like,
something.
Oh, yeah, no, there ain't no way. Yeah. You got to travel light. You just take all your clothes, maybe your PlayStation and your computer, you know.
A little bit more tightly together,
so I don't
maybe
know,
for us
like,
that can be more
if-
effective in that
if I'm
game. So
moving,
are we
I
going
don't
to
know
see
what
those
am I
being
gonna
corrected
do?
in this
I
match?
don't
You could always put it in storage.
Melissa's on the table,
Yeah,
and with
or I
Rowan
need to
and
like
Claude
ship
being
it,
taken
but
away, we might see that being one of the perfect picks, including Grok. Ooh.
You'd have to get like a freight shipping, like a giant box or something, and get it shipped out. The chat saying Nate out Grayson. Nate can't handle TFB. Put Grace in the lineup.
And then, like, right away, boom, here comes
They're
the Lily and
West,
Paquito,
though,
right?
no
The
Zosk is gonna be 2 statues.
Again, those are great options. Ballman is also a lot of the times.
Oh, that's
Ballman is,
crazy.
I feel like one of the safest jungle picks that you can have.
Oh
Just
my-
with the lethal counter retribution combination should allow
You and Tank made me watch so many US streamers say hi to Dave and Naisu, epic players. I will. I'll do that for you.
You're the only one there. Like, you're
I don't know how much did the figurine cost, Nick.
to roll up and be like, all right, thanks for the objective.
You can see it in the chat, like
on top of that, though,
the start of they just posted it in my general chat. Big fan. Hey. Thank you.
This is where it's interesting because Grok is still on the table, and then
I feel like
obviously
Dave
Simpsons
always
has the first
has,
pick
like,
in the next phase.
interesting
So I
facial
think this will be
expressions.
most likely.
He definitely. I feel like me and him share like the similar like. I don't think we ever think about like what we look like when we're talking or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we just like, you know,
This is in the last game, right? With
we just make the weird like
There it is. facial
Naisu's just over there. GG's.
Bruno.
Yeah, I know.
Heavily
like,
focus on those
Naisu and
marksmen
Merkel,
that
and
can't
they
do
were
well
all just
against
like,
Melissa. I mean,
even
Darius
tracks,
is
you
not
know,
being banned.
Oh yeah.
So we know
Yeah.
it can be taken.
I feel like all of us get a little bit too tense when we're on the desk, you know. I feel like Assassin
Yeah.
Dave's kind of relaxed, like he's just kind of chill. He just like kind of like goes with the flow.
Yeah,
but you also don't have to do that either because Matilda is something
like when
that
you compare
already being locked
Private
in by
and
TFB,
Dave,
so
it looks
really
so
don't have to convince
different.
anything.
Because
I gotta say,
Yeah.
the first time
going to
Private
this
was on
phase
camera,
for
he's like
Simpsons, they have a lot
looking at
of
the camera, like
choices. You know, they really have
staring
a lot
at
of
it like
choices here.
all the times, and Dave was just like
I
making
think number
different.
like, there's the die rock
kind
ban,
of
by the way, so
situations.
that would have been a great option. I think it's also a solid ban.
$450 for a statue. That's about how much I didn't pay for the Roger figurine, but that's how much of the Roger figurine roughly cost.
The Atlas was taken out.
That's a lot for a
There's no
statue.
Matilda available to you. There's
Oh, the shipping alone was like $183. Yeah, I can I mean, 11 pounds being shipped from the Philippines. I can only imagine.
a very
Wait, how much is that?
what was the term you used last time?
It's probably going to be the same, maybe even a little bit more, to be honest, because the Zos, like the Zos statue, actually had other thing. Hey, Trenton XI, appreciate the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Be able to take care of the Melissa. There's the Grok like.
But yeah, essentially, I just think, like, when I seen the Zos statue you made, it was like the big Zoska's alien in the back and then Zos standing in front, you know? So my guess is it's like pretty big.
Yeah. I'm thinking you should just gotta leave it. It's gonna be tiny.
Is finding the appropriate
Pretty big.
finding those setups, because again,
Yo, that's pretty dope that he's doing that. It's so funny it doesn't have a head yet.
that the amount of mobility
Wait,
not
what
only
doesn't have
in
a head?
herself
That?
is
The statue. No, the statue,
Oh.
Nick. He's getting a Boxia made.
consider. And Grok is
Oh, I
mean,
see.
he's so set up reliant that if you don't land the wild charge or you whiff it, what do you do? Like, what is your?
You just spin around, man.
And
TFB going with the Mathilda stool.
you've got to be on point with the wild charges.
Ooh, they went with Beatrix.
Julian, the forgotten legend.
Julian.
Julian was once upon a time most banned character. You know, ever since they
won
nerfed the cooldown
Beatrix,
from
that's
7 seconds to 10
interesting.
seconds in the early stages.
I felt like
That
since
this character
Beatrix
just fall off the
got
god
nerfed,
tier,
she's
you know,
not-
level, right? It's been
she's not,
barely
like,
picked, and now
there
Well-
I still think it's one
Well,
of the strongest.
you gotta watch out though. I mean, last night you seen Prophecy like still being able to one-shot squishy heroes. You know, like he's not gonna be able to instantly burst down some of the fast assassins and stuff like that. But like, I feel like
But, like, this
it
is
does
what
have a little bit.
pretty strong.
Ooh, Amon! Amon! Let's go!
Taking out the
Amon.
assassins.
Bro, I was
mentioned
gonna say,
before the
like,
entire series started.
our
Now, Amon
opponents
as a
are
jungle
not
choice is
the
actually
same as
really, really
always.
flexible. He can also secure.
Oh no.
Similar to Belmont, but
That is true. That is true. That is true. You got touche, Grace. Touche.
so, like, this is really just a
Instead of an R on his belt, it's gonna be an N.
There's a
TFB has a better draft. I mean, they have a lot of pop up. I mean, the Amon, dude. I love Amon. Like you've seen how like good I'm on Amon. Like I played Amon a decent amount, and he just deals so much damage. I'm really keen to see what Fallen's gonna do with him, because I want to see like the build. I want to see like the emblem. Like what's he 100% going with?
since the nerf.
So I'm gonna be on the lookout for Fallen to see how well he does in place this Amon.
Julian
You see, we don't
just as
have a
dominant as
Paquito
Beatrice
player,
was, but
like
we'll
in
see how this
our
all plays out. I mean,
legal,
both
like,
teams have very
I don't know,
interesting team
5 or
compositions, but we are going to be loading up into the land of Dun for game number 3 here between and the Simpsons.
Otherwise,
The
this would
funny,
be
oh, okay,
why
he
not?
is in the jungle. He goes with the same emblem I use, so
now on the
he's using the mystery shop. I feel like mystery shop's definitely a key emblem for him. I felt that was when I played him on, I was thinking of like builds for him, and that was the only thing I can. I want to see what the items he picks though.
have the upper hand. It comes down to
There's
his
no way
dark snowball,
Amon
right?
doesn't
Like
go
if
jungle,
TFB,
right?
it
I
seems like they
don't
might
see
have better.
any
hand.
other-
No, I've never seen him on in anything else.
Like, it's gonna
Yeah.
be Simpsons with Asmar.
And in my build, I go like penetration. I go the arcane boots, genius wand, feather of heaven,
Like, you know, this
holy crystal, divine glaive, and then my last item I kind of flex between like blood wings or immortality.
Team compositions, we don't see a pre-first hurdle pick off
Genius,
early on.
feather, and glaive. I don't even think I use glaive, or do I?
Really
Oh no, I use glaive. I was thinking of something else.
I feel like this
I seen the post.
a harder time to or their work cut out for them because
Oh,
of
Jesus.
against, Kid on this Ballman has the jungle emblem, has the lethal counter retribution combination.
I tried to open the link and I forgot I think I only have one internet. No, I got two internet pages.
Only one internet.
I only have one internet page open and it took over the stream.
Yeah, endless shards. Once you get those shards onto the ground and then you just throw one ultimate, it might be it. Here we go, already stacking shards. It all depends on whether he gets the 18 shards onto the ground first before the lethal counter will be issued. Here we go.
Wow,
He
they
gets it.
got turtle from Ballman.
Wild charge gonna come in.
Ooh, look at that damage!
Already coming out for promise.
See, I feel like that's why Amon shines so well, is because like his ultimate, you just gotta click it, and no matter what, it's gonna hit that person that you clicked it on, you know. So like it has 100% accuracy.
Lining up the shot, can't land it. That's gonna be
Dude, I'm telling people, man. I'm telling you that like Ballmon's kind of falling off. Like people have learned how to counter him. They know what to do to get the counter out.
Maybe it's time for me to
tons
learn
of members from the Simpsons focusing on Gina. Oh, there's no wild charge. Damien able to land a kill.
I'm telling you, the Zosk ain't too bad. that's the like elite or the epic skin for it.
But the only reason I don't like that, I've never played him, is because he looks so ugly.
You don't like playing him because he's ugly? Sheesh. Oh, that boy Zosk is hurting, man.
Is in the lead.
So that's why I gotta show out for him, you know.
Alright,
ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the stream right now, a code will be displayed. Make sure to use the code right now with the redemption link in description to redeem.
Surprise gift.
Do not hesitate. Only the first 50 users will get this magic dust. So make sure to redeem it right now. Open up your app and start getting those free stuff. Oh, here we go on the bottom side though. Crowell have to pop the ultimate just to keep himself alive.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and get a lot of that extra gold from the turret. They're gonna be happy that
he said Cole alter.
Needs all the extra gold that Gina can get, and you're gonna see the focus again a lot on those gold lanes to try to set them up for success. But across the map on the top side, Team First Blood beelining it to this turtle. They should be able to grab this without much contest, but everybody making their way. It might reset as well. Here comes Damien looking for the wild charge.
Omen is having a
Can they grab the kill? Kid does fall. Ayano gonna be the next focus. Flicker in. Promise able to get that one. Now Joy Bodge gonna be in trouble here, but Damien charging up, able to grab the kill. 3, 4. It's actually just 3 down here. It's not gonna be a trade at all. The Simpsons are just in a dominating place right now. They're also going to be grabbing the turtle.
They're bullying Esme hard. You got to do that, man.
I would say their shoulders
they're bullying everyone
like we were talking about in the draft.
So
how do you utilize the Grok? And honestly, he's been landing those wild charges. He's been landing those.
Ooh, Gina!
Thought it was a 1v1. Fortunately, it wasn't, because here came Nate.
Yeah.
Here came Nate.
But ladies and gentlemen, you know what's more exciting? We got the King of Potato returning from the Potato Land to joining guys back under the caster's desk. So without further ado, I'm gonna welcome back my good friend, Private Dancer.
Oh, Private is back.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And what a dominating game to return at right now. Simpsons 0-7 with an almost 3K gold lead on Team First Blood right now, Nasu.
Welcome back.
Nasu.
You're back, man. Too. Now, yeah, welcome to the dominating game. It's the Simpsons show right now.
The Simpsons show.
The Simpsons show.
They're so good at hitting like crack jokes like that. Like, I feel like he has it written down that like, yes, I'm gonna say this at some point, you know, like these are some headlines I'd like to talk about, but he's told me before that he doesn't he kind of just throws in his headphones and then vibes with it, you know.
Looking to force it out though, as he does. Howard there to help him out too, but they can push Kid back. But everybody else coming. There's the circling eagle into enemy territory. Joy Bodge gonna get punished for that. Pulling the trigger a little bit too early now. Luffy gonna get the kill just yet, so they only grab one. But now looking to assault the mid lane here. Turret gonna be the next objective that they take. and they just continue this snowball, this dominance effects for the Simpsons.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem when you're so far behind and you need to make something happen. Joybot's trying to latch on to somebody, but the rest
They
of the
really want to snipe here.
They are
Back to simping. Simp on the potato man.
right now.
There's Joybot just circling the eagle again.
Joybot.
I'm not sure why, but Joybot pulling the trigger for a circling eagle out of place. There's Damien whiffing.
Ah, Gina.
Here, forcing the flicker in response. So interesting there. Damien, again, he's landed multiple wild charges. That one able to just force some flickers out. So that's actually great.
This is a huge snowball.
Grab another
Yeah, I
objective.
think
Big
Amon
items being picked up here
is,
too for the Simpsons as the scaling of snowball continues.
I mean, the other team's doing really good too, because I mean, Nate's 2-0, Promise 2-0, Whole World's 1-0. You know, like, so I feel like the whole team's definitely doing good. But Fallen is again. I wish I could see some items already.
Especially with a team like this.
Spin to win?
Keep on that aggression.
What's what's spin to win?
That opening, and you're basically waiting for them to make a mistake. And when you're at that point, I mean, you're just basically.
Are you talking about the Soaring Eagle? I don't know where it was Randall's at. He's just chilling. I think he might have went back home or went somewhere. Oh, the Ballmon spin? Yeah, the spin to win is kind of falling off, man.
If they can, but they just don't have the fighting power.
Yeah, you see, like
right
yesterday when I was
8K gold lead for the Simpsons.
That's
really hard, but already Joybot actually going to go in with the circling eel, looking to focus on Cole here. But look at that, to get away from me. They're able to grab the kill. Ayano taking that one, so they put him on the board here. But look at
the wall. This is not even a snowball, it's an avalanche.
First blood. They're like, you know what? You got to kill. Well, we got two. We're happy with it.
Only works for Zane. Well, I mean, Private said it last night, you know, like Balmon's just kind of like a Farmville. Like, you just got to keep farming and farming and farming. And if you don't get the farm and you get outscaled, like, late game you is just rough.
Joybot or Cold World did get taken down, but again, like you said, Team First Blood lost 2 for that engagement, and I mean, it's a tough position. Do you want to see
the top is
where
kind of messed up on
either at the base, or do you want to try to push and make something happen and force that? Because right now, I mean, it's basically just, I mean, you're basically choosing which way you want to lose, unless you can force out a mistake from them. But over here at the Lord, they can't even contest it. Fallen's gonna go ahead and pick that up without too much of
it's
an
hard
issue.
for me to see how TFC can come back now.
Private. How do you want to lose?
I mean, they're just gonna have the turtle.
I mean, they don't even have any late game carry. Beatrice is not really late game.
Because it's
comparing
massive
to like
right now for the Simpsons, right? So
they're having a tough game. That's
you need to pull a miracle out of your hat here in this defense. It is only a, it's only a normal Lord, but at the same time, you're dealing with a massive item gap here, and you can bet that the Simpsons might just try to end the game like they did in their previous game in Game 1, right? When they have this Lord, this normal one.
the Simpsons scream the valley all the time, yeah.
Looking to force a situation. Gina does go down heavy, and there's the spins coming out here. I was about to say heavy spin, but that's just spinning away. They're happy with 2 turrets. The Simpsons, there's a wild charge coming out from Damien, though.
We're not happy with 2 turrets.
Member after member is going to fall for Team First Blood. The Simpsons, though, the triple kill right there for Fallen. And just in a similar fashion with a normal Lord, the Simpsons takes game number 3.
Wow.
And that just goes to show, especially while it looks like a wipe, while a lot of comments sometimes come out about, oh, it comes to the point when you're so far behind, when you're talking about a team that as soon as you give them an inch, they take that and they keep running with it. They don't make mistakes. They make sure that their rotation.
Are you watching this on your TV, Grace?
They're kind of
yeah. How do you know?
I can slightly hear it. I think only when Private talks, he's kind of sometimes loud.
A tough position for Team First Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we get a look at our items? What did he go with? He went boots, feather. He pretty much did everything I did besides sometimes I don't go for. He went for the penetration, like double penetration.
The Simpsons, they just
let's see.
Minute 1, right?
He went feather.
That we saw here. He didn't really have
feather,
to do too much
fine,
because
chlamydia,
so well, and
chlamydia.
I don't know what it is with the Simpsons, but they like these
the Reaper
games if they can get them right.
And then my guess is he was building Holy Crystal last.
Across the board, just very dominant in terms of objectives, the way they played, the synergy, the setups, everything was there for them.
The double penetration. He did, man.
First Blood.
He went for melee damage, then double penetration, and then he went for more melee damage.
Sometimes it wasn't going to work out for them, and he pulled the circling eagle when no one was there to back him up, or sometimes it was just a bad decision to use it and usually put him out of place, and then he fell, and that it contributed to that snowball factor for the Simpsons. But even if Joybotch found the right circling eagles, they didn't. That's the one thing that they lacked from the beginning of the game, because again, you need
what do you think that he was building then?
Coming out from Gina, even here we see the BOD picked up. By that time, it's almost too late. This is already a 8K gold lead for the Simpsons.
Like, I wonder what he was maybe going for that last item.
Side of the Simpsons has just been amazing, especially for this game where you have that Balmond in the early. All they had to do really was to kind of shut him down, kind of hold and press against him. Once that was it, especially with an Amon. I mean, we already know, like, assassins don't really have the greatest time in the jungle. You're taking on a jungle when you're talking about, when you're taking on the Balmond with a jungle emblem. We already know Balmond clears probably.
We'll see.
Fastest clears right now. But then going against an Amon, it just kind of shows the Simpsons.
An Amon.
It was just 4 members of the Simpsons, which allowed Amon to be able to solo the Lord by himself, while only 4 members were able to kind of push out
the super penetration.
Like you said, the Matilda, Joy.
I still think maybe the last item would be better for like an immortality.
Like I said, it's a tough decision to make when you're
like you get a little bit of a defensive item.
How do you want this to go out?
Did he have blue jungle? What
in the back, just trying.
I wonder what jungle.
For a mistake, or do you?
Did he go for that extra speed?
Force that. Unfortunately, if you're going to make decisions like that, I feel like your entire team needs to be on board with it as well. Your entire team needs to be like, all right, let's all try to make it. I mean, at least your entire team dies together if you do end up dying with that. But you can't just have those one-offs, because, like, I mean, you then put yourself at Matilda by herself.
He already had divine.
You at a disadvantage when she gets taken off the board.
He had ice rescue. Yeah.
I mean, not just Team First Blood, but just
the only thing I could have possibly think he was going for at the end there would have been like Holy Crystal.
I mean, the fact is, in
a because he already had Divine Glaive, he already had Genius Wand, he already had I mean, there's just so many things. He might have just went with the magic wand just to have that extra you think glowing wand?
For either disengaging, but how far?
No, it definitely wasn't glowing wand, because glowing wand doesn't have magic wand in it.
Who can actually, like, his kit is meant to force you in a bad situation to give them the upper hand, putting literally a wall.
The only thing he could have been possibly building for was Holy Crystal.
Flicker wild charge.
So
there's
Blood Wings.
That is your game plan, to just turtle up in your base, farm as much as possible.
Maybe concentrated energy.
It doesn't actually happen because of the Grok. The Grok was there, right? And
one too many wands. There's a lot of wands in this game.
Those situations for the upper hand, but that's pretty much all we can say about Game 3. We are going to be heading into the draft.
I mean, he could have been. He could have tried to go for fleeting time for faster cooldowns.
Yeah, we're gonna see if Team First Blood has a plan in mind. It kind of seems like their early game has been.
He had his build was arcane boots, feather, Then he went Genius 1, Divine Glaive, and then the Chlamydia Reaper. And the last item he didn't have anything yet.
Last season, when they went to the finals.
Wand of Despair.
Once you get put out, once you get a disadvantage on your team, can you maintain that focus? Can you like just kind of calm it out, take a breath, and then go back to what your plan?
Delicious.
That's what we're gonna see here. Can they do that right now? There, it's 2-1 right now.
I wanted to know what he was going for there.
Time for Team First Blood.
Yeah, match point here, and it's kind of crazy because both games where the Simpsons won, it was quite dominant, right? It was quite fast. It was they knew the game that they had, they knew that assignment that they had, and they punished for it. So I feel like if you're Team First Blood, you've got to be aware of.
We've seen Yves a couple times, I think, but not a lot.
Know how they like to play, and what they did previously was actually take some of those heroes and play it themselves. I don't think they have to do that. They are going to be getting, 2 choices here after this first priority pick from the Simpsons. So I think they want to be really crucial in how they set that up. And that's the thing. Do you prioritize your roam pick to have more of
Private is shiny as hell right now.
Possibly?
Like that dude has a spotlight on him.
His famous right? But do they want to take the risk of prioritizing a roam and to set themselves up for success, or how do they want to approach this? That's the thing here, because already across the board, the Simpsons is.
You can see with that like my light like shining here.
Dominant.
Yeah, but his
global. Lilia has been
insane.
a great option mid lane, able to do so much, and just.
What's Private is? I feel like Private's mixed with something.
You can.
Like his skin shade is just a little bit different. At least in mine, like I'm white. Like I'm white.
Yeah, like white.
But now
still
the loving
yellow
this Paquito.
Yeah.
What is the second?
Both games OSP won with the Lilia as mage, so I mean that is true.
How you feeling about this, Private?
Mofo just went out and came back.
Claude, Paquito, you got the early game damage there. You've got a bit more mobility. Claude, you're kind of reining into the mid to late game with you're waiting for him to pick up that demon hunter, waiting for him to pick up that golden staff to where he can start shredding down the enemy. And he can even.
And I'm gonna have to maybe look at her build, and we'll see.
Heroes, he can just be so maneuverable, but you have to make it to that point in the game. You can't just focus on that. Last game, I feel like that's kind of the problem to me. I'm not the greatest lover of a support roam, just because I feel like when you do get behind your support, because you want that support roam, you want to have kind of.
I don't like supports
because your support's not gonna be able to fill that role. And maybe not even have the sets that you want.
I need a rock hard tank.
Basically, it has no job, especially if your team's getting dunked on. There's not much that they can do. So maybe something with a bit more sets here for them. We do see that Diggy is picked up by the side of the Simpsons, a kind of like a counter to a potential Atlas pick. But Luffy gonna go ahead and pick up the Esmeralda, a dominating force in that XP lane. And hopefully able to go ahead and cut lanes and join the team faster when it comes to those objectives.
Right? But he's a mage
that's what I like in Team First Blood right now. The Paquito and the Esmeralda might have a lot more.
I've been trying to get a little bit more flexible in my roles, but I definitely excel at like certain mages.
But like,
I'm kind of thinking about this.
Just like based on the appearance,
yes, it was an anticipation.
Oh yeah.
For an Atlas pick, and it's still left open. But at the same time,
I wouldn't be surprised if you play mage. But what I saw, when I saw the first game Potato played and he played it,
for any team that drafts Diggy, especially if you can annoy the enemy jungler, right? But at the same time,
you forgot about Winter. Last item, Winter. So he's building that Winter to. Possibly, I definitely could have seen Winter being built there. I feel like Winter can be situational there. Like he could have definitely went like something else. But I did forget about Winter as well.
Blazing duet, right?
The boy said, "Nick, I'm so bored with talking. Why are you so bored with talking?"
Wait, they banned Angela? What the hell is that? They banned
Angela.
You see that?
They did.
I feel
They
like
got rid of Phoveus and they got rid of Karina.
Right.
Yeah, they
she's just
probably will.
like that.
They're probably gonna go brats again. They need a strong front line.
Numbers that pop up when you're playing Airthil, and it just feels so good to be critting like that. That's Airthil. Whereas Claude,
Oh, tanking, not talking. I read talking. I was like, why are you so bored with talking? Jesus, life sucks.
But because you're busy, they're gonna help you out. I know it's just a little bit of protection when that time journey is popped. It still is very valuable to work with, right? And again, I want to see how they.
I'm hosting a scrim right now.
Team First Blood, if they can get the foot, if they can get on the right foot, especially with a Paquito, and allowing Claude to just go ahead and hopefully have a safe early game, that could be that first step that they need, right? So we're already, interesting band too. The Angela band is there, coming out from the Simpsons, also the Matilda.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
I haven't hosted any
the old school
since
Angela and Esmeralda combo.
Let's go, Sue's out.
Yeah, because
right now, Paquito, Claude, or Esmeralda. The interesting thing about the Diggy
and besides that,
is Paquito.
People don't really
Early game, I feel like Paquito crushes Diggy. He doesn't have that big life HP there. Not only that, but time
for sure.
He is going to be like a buffet with an Esmeralda. Going to come in there, absorb all those shields, absorb all.
Shout out to Private Dancer. So when he's in Vegas, you can request private dances from him.
Because I feel like there's a lot of targets on Diggy right now that could potentially take him out of the game before, or
we should order something
reverse
like
or counter his usefulness.
Just mashed potato. Just have a whole potato dish come out with it for him, you know?
Yeah, let's just get a
it's
whole
something that
potato
you've been
dish
saying. You've seen a lot of overseas.
Law.
And we're gonna see how well Team First Blood is. Basically, they're pulling everything out right now.
They're going with Gus here.
110% here. Do not want to go home early.
Interesting. And Gus mid lane, by the way.
I wanted to see
possibly
today specifically, and I love this. Right, I feel like
they just went,
is a very rounded out
it
draft.
is what it is.
They also taken this Rock as the last pick here, so it's the Simpsons. I mean, they've got a Benedict.
Say hi to Grace. Ben Jungle, maybe. I mean, they could also go Ben side and now Fallen's definitely. I mean, if they keep it like that, then yeah.
Also, the Diggy is the question mark here. How will they utilize that? How will that work for them? And even I believe
lurk. Hey, it's all right. Sometimes you gotta lurk it up.
Do against.
Tell Zane hi for you. I'll tell Zane hi for you.
That I feel like this is just gonna be crazy team fights, crazy clashes, but again, Team First Blood, because they have that Grok, because they have everything else, their setups are going to be amazing. And whereas Simpsons, they're going to be looking to push and pull, and really work around, especially that time journey that they have, Private.
I wish I'd tell Zane hi for me.
Being on the side of the Simpsons, but I mean, little else as far as that composition. They've got the burst damage, and they've got something to kind of carry them into the late, into that early game. Like as you said, good lane matchups here, but is that going to be enough against the composition that is well-rounded?
Well, that mid lane's already pushed. I'm like, yo, isn't it just starting now? How is that?
We're about to find out as we are.
He's been very AFK lately. I think it's because he's training, man. He has to take these tournaments seriously. Like, there's times you can't be streaming during the tournaments and stuff like that. You gotta be serious about this. I mean, huge decisions for him to possibly be making it to M4 and going back to Indonesia for what, like the fourth time?
At the same time, if they take it to the late game, I think they'll be okay, right? With everything that they have drafted, especially the way that Claude should scale into the game, the setups that you get from Joybot.
Jakarta the second time would be insane. Possibly, we'll find out.
An easier time finding those setups, whereas if you accidentally pull the trigger too early on that Grok instead of like a Matilda, you're not going to.
Zane has.
I would say
Zane's playing. He's a chess player now.
So I think that's going to be crucial for Team First Blood if they really do want to.
I heard that I don't think they're going to be able to get jerseys done in time for the Valley. Not in time for this. There ain't no way.
Mode that Gina deserves, right? We already see.
I mean, they might be able to get jerseys for M4
because the same can be said for Cold World. For Cold World, you need to be able to just allow Cold World to farm up as much as possible. Irithyll needs a little bit more time, like we mentioned. So,
should I wear my BTK jersey to to Vegas?
Exactly how these skirmishes play out, how these things set up here, but already in the bottom side.
Oh, yeah, they came in there. Yano does get taken out as he latched on the promise, and so they do punish the Gusion for that early invade, take them all the way back to the tower, and it's going to set them up for a great position here for this first turtle. We do see a little bit of a 2v2 here. Joybaj kind of lurking around the corner, but it does look like this. Oh, steal that away. The retry foo on him. Maximal effect here, so he's going to go ahead and snatch that up for Team First Blood.
Let's go.
It's kind of funny too, because this whole time we were thinking, you know, Gusion was going to be in the jungle, right? But Gusion's in the mid lane, and you know, typically we've just seen him jungling. So,
I like the recall effects.
You know, with Kid just walking up there, even though that it did go down, able to grab the turtle.
Yeah, Kobo coming here trying to put on a little bit of a defense here.
Dude, he definitely went in. I mean, if Gina would have been there, that would have been a kill 100%.
Yeah.
Even though Team First Blood find themselves able to.
So I just remembered Aurora, Fire, High played Amon versus Onyx. He destroyed Kari on Paquito. This was his build. Pin Boots, Genius, Feather, Glaive, Winter, and Antique to go against okay. So I guess it seems Amon's build is just like Boots, Genius, Feather, and the Glaive. Genius is what so that's the build I use actually, besides the Winter. I actually go into the Holy Crystal, so maybe going in for the Winter actually might be a good play.
Kills there, but does drop the Simpsons very low, and this is just showing. Oh man, Nate has to go ahead and activate those black shoes there as Kid.
I might have to look into that. That was pretty much my normal build too.
A lot of damage coming out. Nate gets taken down. Fallen is going to retreat back to the base, so they finally put a kill on the board for Team First Blood.
So I was just saying before all that broke out was, you know, if you get too far behind on Ayano, you're gonna have a hard time. But he does have Mystery Shop already picking up his first item of the game too, and so that will allow him to have a little bit of a better time if they can get the combinations off that they need to. You can already see him playing around Joybaj a lot, really looking for setups here, and still, you know, with this next turtle of the game coming up, this could be where we see how Team First Blood plays around it, how they play around Damien specifically, as they wait for Fallen to pretty much grab the buffs that he needs and make it right to this turtle.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's always done good for me when I've played him, but I guess it could technically be better.
Getting taken out right now, and Kid follows up. Gina does take out Nate. Yano goes down as well. This is tied up right now. It is a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Team First Blood, and I'm not even sure who got that turtle, but it does look like Team First Blood starting to pick up more, and I feel like the composition starts to favor them as we start getting a little bit more and deeper into this game.
Yeah, and so a lot is happening here. This is what we can expect in a game 4, right? Again, with these two compositions, already first items being picked up by the majority of the members for both teams, and still, like, this is what you need, right? Even with Gina just having that DHS on the way to the next item, you could see, right, the amount of, I guess, DPS.
It's a bloodbath with all the short range heroes.
But at the same time,
I feel that.
Cold, able to grab a kill for himself. That's
ooh, the wild charge right into Promise though. Yo.
They put another kill up on the board, and I mean, and they're probably.
They use this. It's a good response if they.
Answering back to Simpsons.
Ooh, oh, but the blazing duet.
Able to get that battle to safety, but Damien and Promise get taken out there. So I mean, things starting to look up for Team First Blood as they are starting to put on the pressure, starting to answer these lanes and the even the counter pushes by the side of the Simpsons.
The Simpsons got more towers.
They do have more towers, but I mean that can easily be cleared up with one Lord, you know. Ooh, the flicker and the wild charge.
Caldwell gets taken out there alongside Damien.
Oh my god!
Nate as well. That is
Imagine
3
winning
kills
just
for
a
the
mid lane.
side of
Oh
Team
my
First
God.
Blood. So if you thought they were out of
New
it with
map.
that last match, they are putting on a very dominating performance right now. Promise is going to be able to go ahead and push onto the tower, and Team First Blood in a great position for this turtle. Not really much that the Simpsons can do to answer that. They're going to go ahead and turn their attention to try to protect these lanes. We do see minions pushing up at the top. The turtle does get picked up easily by First Blood as well, and they are in a 2K gold lead. Not completely a dominant
I hope so.
Gold lead, but I mean they're inching.
I mean, all they have to do is take a couple of the first tier towers down, and then the gold lead's going to be pretty good.
Only in from that 0-2 start, but here we go on the mid side.
Ooh.
Kid and Luffy going to go ahead and disengage their reset on the map. Luffy going to go ahead and use that falling star moon to get away and retreat. And now
I don't know. I mean, Benedetta. You know, like all of TFB like is so dashy and can avoid a Benedetta. So I'm not quite sure why they wanted to go with a Benedetta pick here. Maybe just for easy clear. Maybe to control the lanes a little bit faster and faster rotates. I know she can definitely in the mid game, you know, do that split pushing that most heroes cannot do. But it definitely interesting pick here. I don't know if it's what I would say is the best pick.
Feeling very comfortable with that 2K gold lead, like you mentioned. And
another
kill on Damien here. This is the downside of a Diggy, right? You're very squishy.
Hit on this Paquito, man. Paquito is just a monster nowadays. Oh, this Gus is doing really well though.
Much for them to manage. And you were talking about the squishiness of this team. There is nobody to really tank this damage. And if you aren't pressing, if you aren't taking Promise down at this bottom lane, but here comes Kid and Joybot's going to try to counter this. Promise just wants this tower. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it. Putting on the damage does get cleaned up by Kid.
See, that's the thing, right? You were just mentioning who is going to be the one to tank.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know.
I mean, even Promise, like, he's not going to be.
He said, like, I'll go sell plasma for flex coins.
First Blood, and hopefully they have damage in Cole later on, because everything else is just kind of a push-pull, disengaged type hero, flashy, you know, with falling on this Benedetta. But that can work as well. It's just, again, allowing yourself to get the amount of items and gold on the proper heroes, which is Cole. Like, Cole World, as soon as he has, you know, 3-4 items.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Benedetta is struggling here. And I guess you could see it being a counter against Paquito, but I don't know. Ooh, Cold World is starting to hit hard though.
About 6 or 7 kills.
A lot of utilization by TFB. They get knocked up by the Lord.
The Lord.
Gets taken out by Nate there, and we are still fighting.
Gina goes down.
Gets taken out by Cold World there. Kid with that reverse.
Yo.
So another kill picked.
Damien, our Promise is backdooring right now.
Damien gonna go ahead and get an escape and locks on that time reverse onto Luffy, who is in a bad way at that blue buff, is still trying to put on the damage on the Nate, but is probably going to be able to disengage. You see Fallen here putting on the damage to this Lord. Luffy has taken, he's going to try to harass as best he can, but there's nothing he can do. Getting juked by Nate's black boots there. Promise coming in, trying to put on the damage. I don't think that Team First Blood is going to be able to get
Fallen does get the Lord.
And now the Simpsons in a great position. Joybot's going to have to use that flicker to get out of the way. The damage raining down onto him.
The blazing duets.
As well, are they going to be able to pick a kill? Nick goes down. Damien goes down as well. And they are in the chase, even though getting the Lord, putting behind like 3 or 2 kills now. Our Team First Blood.
Dude, this is like a boxing match.
That was an intense couple of minutes. I mean, from the early skirmish in the jungle up to the Lord, and you know, the whole time I'm thinking the Simpsons should just pull back after they got the Lord. You know, I'm saying go back, but they pulled the trigger. They got punished a little bit, but overall they were able to get a couple of kills too, so that is big. Now they can play around with this Lord. Again, this is what you see, a very slippery team composition for the Simpsons, and that's
you see now they got knocked up by the Lord. The Lord was hitting them, you know, like Like they were already in a bad positioning, having to deal with the Lord and a full team.
Exactly.
So slippery on that Bennett.
Lord for
to
the
get away from 3 of them, allowing his team to go ahead and get that.
This mid push though.
Well, Promise might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Heavy crossbows coming off on the Luffy, but it's not enough damage. They're trying to sync up the lanes.
For the side of Team First Blood, just an amazing.
Lord was kind of pointless. They did take down one turret, the second tier turret in mid. But they did not crack into the base.
Put that damage onto the towers is really giving Team First Blood a run for their money when it comes.
Yo, what up, Frost? Frostbite, the winner, the winner.
Private, right? I mean, the gold is in favor of the Simpsons now.
The winner of the
even with
giveaway.
that being said,
Yeah. He got the winner of the giveaway last time.
Set up from them,
What
and that's
skin did you
Joybox
get?
once again, right? They have.
I think I'm not sure what he's going for yet because we have to follow for 7 days. What skin do you want, Frost?
The disengage factor for
The other person got the Yu Zong skin. I was able to. I think it might have been like one of the players that I host scrims for a lot because I had him followed already. So we didn't have to wait the 7 days there. Time to leave Ben alone and focus on the squishies.
Yeah,
Come on, TFB.
Look like it. Gina noticed it in time to go ahead and save it. Oh no, but it looks like that mid is gonna be able to take it down.
They did take down
The Winions.
Right now,
No
Winions.
The Winions. They cracked into the base.
Play there,
Yeah, what
especially
skin is
unfortunately
that?
for the side of Team
You see this,
So
General? This is how you do a blazing duet.
Put the boots to that top tower.
I remember
Promise.
yesterday
Just-
when
I mean,
Storm was
so, like, the top side
what is
pressure
it?
wasn't
Was,
even the Benedetta.
Playing quad.
yeah, the blazing
It was
duet
Promise,
did.
and now set
Funny.
the Lord fight up as we see
Yeah.
crashing down for it.
Ooh, blazing duet on Promise.
Wow, Promise does get taken down here. This might be in a little bit of trouble.
Ooh, Benedetta still gets the Lord.
Are they going to be able to get away?
Battery gap, bro.
Yano gets taken down. This is bad news for Team First Blood as they are
Heavy crossbow, Joy Bosch not going to make it out. There's so many of them. Oh, what? Yo.
speed boost.
Yo.
Gets pulled away from the
I was
Luffy
about-
doing
I
the
was
best
about
he
to
can
say,
to try
like-
to stave off the
I was
pressure
about
of
to
3
say, like,
members. Not
TFB
sure if he's
just
going to be able
went
to do it.
Ah.
And cleaned up by Nate, but we have a luminous Lord
fought a
marching
lot
his
of
way
time.
through the top lane. And can Team First Blood hold back for this defense?
2 of them are coming back.
Oh, man, I can't even Joybot survive that, but yeah, they have their work cut out for him here. As just a Lord, they got to deal with it. They should be fine. Gina still has the blazing duet, can help clear things out if they need to, but they're punching it in.
It's
Yeah, they are. You're seeing, I mean, a great defense for the side of Team First Blood. Lanes are all kind of being synced up here right now. They are going to be able to clean up this luminous Lord.
Okay.
Gina still putting out damage, not really afraid of fall, but here comes the blazing duet. Promise is going to go ahead and
They forced out the blazing duet now.
lane. We do have the minions
think
kind
your
of crashing
stream
at the
is,
turret. Team
I
First
think
Blood's going to go
yours
ahead and
is,
clear
later
that
than
up. Promise coming in on the kid. This might
Oh.
we do see a Bizzle.
Well, are you what time are you at?
Pick up the kill on the kid. We have a clash here happening at the
30,
mid and
36,
tower. Luffy
something?
does
37?
go down and down goes
Oh, I think we're at the same.
we are at the core.
okay.
This is it for Team First Blood. If they can
At least I'm at it on when I'm seeing it.
world gets taken out by
Another pointless Lord, but they might be able to end it.
yeah, I think
Ah, this is GG's.
and that is it. Simpsons over Team First Blood. Another upset in favor of the Simpsons.
So the Simpsons are going to the finals.
Yep.
My goodness, the Simpsons. Like, who would have thought? You know, who would have thought they were like upsetting team after team here after not being able to participate in the previous NACT? And my goodness,
I feel like we're introducing a president right now with the music.
we're able to turn things around.
This is President the Simpsons.
Actually, I want to say it was kind of fancy feat because
they
that's
just
what their
beat
team
one
composition was. It
candidate
was literally
after
fancy
one
feat, right?
after
Like,
another.
Fallen so slippery, like we said. I mean, even Promise, like Dairoth, he feels like he's so slow when you play him, but when you can land some of those setups up, and a lot of that is complemented on the Flicker Abysm Strike combination, and he was actually landing.
Oh my god.
Have any main quote unquote tank or front line that they had. It was just the lineup that they have, the fancy moves and grooves, as I like to say.
The fancy moves and grooves.
On the table here, win the game.
So much going on. Holy. Is he gonna get disconnected again? Maybe he's having bad internet problems.
From that deficit that you have.
Private was like, ooh, a little bit.